If you don't know, my mom was originally on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I've been featured on Bravo a few times, but this is my first time being the main character.
Kandi Burruss has shocked fans everywhere by speaking out against her own mother, Kandi Burruss, in a deeply emotional and brutally honest confession. This isn't the quiet Riley the public thought they knew. Her recent reveal has left many viewers stunned and questioning everything they believed about Kandi, the well-known star of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, singer, and successful businesswoman. For years, Kandi has been celebrated for being a strong, loyal, and family-first woman. Riley, her daughter,
I'm supporting from afar, and you know my daughter Riley is going to be on a new show coming to Bravo, Next Gen. They just announced it last week. Yeah, so I hope you guys support my daughter Riley Burruss. Y'all seen her grow up on the Real Housewives, and now she's going to be on a new show. It's coming June 3rd, so check her out too.
What tips did you give her about entering? I mean, obviously she's a part of reality television in the past, but to a different level.
Yeah, it's a different level, and so I told her, when you're filming, stand on everything you say. Don't ever go back and try to act like you didn't say something so they can rewind the tape on you.
Roll the tape.
You have to own it, stand on it. And if you need to apologize, but don't lie about saying stuff.
Absolutely.
Because we be having a lot of liars on those shows, you know. We don't want to be,
No.
was often seen at her side, calm, reserved, and seemingly content. But all of that changed when Riley decided to share her truth without cameras, scripts, or edits. Her voice, once hidden in the background, is now front and center. And what she's saying is breaking the image many had of the Burruss family. From the outside, Riley appeared to have everything: wealth, fame, and opportunity. Growing up in the public eye meant red carpets, celebrity events, and cameras. But according to Riley, that lifestyle came with expectations that weighed heavily on her, even from a young age. People think having a successful mom means a happy home, Riley began in her viral interview. But for me, it was pressure. I was born into a brand I didn't choose.
It's been about a year since you announced you were leaving Housewives. Did you have any FOMO or regret knowing cameras were back up, or is it all that chapter is closed and you've moved on?
Actually, I feel like it's closed for me and I moved on. I thought to myself when I was first making the decision, I was kind of like, ugh, is this smart? Like, am I doing the right thing?
She described feeling more like a background character in her mother's life than her own person. When she appeared on shows, posed for pictures, or shared family moments online, it wasn't really about her. It was about helping maintain a public image, a perfectly polished family life for fans to admire. I was told to smile, show up, and be part of something I didn't always understand. But behind the scenes, it wasn't as perfect as it looked, Riley said. Riley shared how growing up in the spotlight made it difficult to express her real feelings. There were times she didn't want to be on camera, when she was dealing with school stress, anxiety, or personal problems. But according to her, those moments didn't matter. The pressure to appear perfect was stronger than the need to check on how I really felt. My role was to support the brand, even when I was struggling, she admitted. People close to the family described Riley as someone who noticed everything, even if she didn't speak much. Her silence, they said, wasn't indifference, it was survival. Over the years, the emotional weight she carried in silence started to show, especially during her teen years when she faced criticism online about her appearance, voice, and her relationship with her father, Russell Spencer. Even though Kandi publicly defended Riley on several occasions, Riley says things were different when the cameras were off. I appreciated when she stood up for me in interviews or online. But what about at home? What about the nights I cried because of my dad or the things people said? I didn't feel supported, Riley shared. She described moments where Todd would label her as spoiled or disrespectful just for expressing how she felt. I didn't need a second father. I needed my mom. But anytime I opened up, it turned into me being the problem, she said. She added that her attempts to talk to Kandi about this were often dismissed. I would cry and explain how left out or hurt I felt, but she'd say, "Todd means well. You need to adjust." After a while, I just stopped talking. That emotional silence grew. Riley spent more time with friends, focused on school, and eventually began distancing herself completely. The house no longer felt like home, it felt like a place where her feelings didn't matter. One moment in particular changed everything for Riley. During a private argument, she says Todd told her, "You'll understand when you're older. You're not a priority right now." That statement left her heartbroken. "I felt like I was just a leftover from before he came along. And my mom didn't say a word," she remembered. It was at that point that Riley says she emotionally disconnected, not from Todd, but from her mother. "I realized she was choosing peace in her marriage over being present for me. And that hurt more than anything." In the most painful part of her confession, Riley claimed that much of what she did, whether it was posting on social media, attending events, or appearing on reality TV, was planned to fit a narrative. A narrative that supported her mom's image, not her own life. "I was treated like a new product. Everything was about what made the brand look good," she said. Even something as personal as her college announcement became a photo opportunity. "It wasn't about me going to school. It was about how well my mom was doing as a parent. I wasn't a person, I was proof." Riley said she was constantly reminded of what would look good for the show, or what would make Kandi look strong. She described moments where she was told not to cry, not to talk about certain things, and always protect the family's image, even if it meant hiding how she really felt. What hurt Riley the most, however, was when she was bullied online. She recalled a time when hateful comments filled her social media, judging her looks, personality, and relationship with her mother. Riley was only 16 years old and was deeply affected. "I'd go into my room and cry," she said. "People said horrible things, and the only person I needed to hear from, my mom, said nothing." Riley waited and hoped Kandi would defend her online or issue a statement, but nothing came. "She posted about her music, her businesses, her friends, but not about me. I felt like I didn't matter." When Riley finally asked her mother why she stayed silent, Kandi allegedly replied, "We can't feed into negativity. That's how trolls win." To Riley, that wasn't a protective gesture, it was abandonment. "I needed her to stand up for me. Not just with money or lawyers, but with her voice. I needed to know she had my back," she said through tears. The emotional toll Riley carried led her to withdraw from interviews, social media, and even school activities. Friends say she became deeply sad, unsure of herself, and unsure of her place in the world. That emotional silence grew. Riley spent more time with friends, focused on school, and eventually began distancing herself completely. The house no longer felt like home. It felt like a place where her feelings didn't matter. One moment in particular changed everything for Riley. During a private argument, she says Todd told her, "You'll understand when you're older. You're not a priority right now." That statement left her heartbroken. "I felt like I was just a leftover from before he came along. And my mom didn't say a word," she remembered. "I didn't know who I was outside of being Kandi's daughter," Riley admitted. "I didn't feel seen. I didn't feel safe." She began to wonder if she disappeared, would anyone notice? Or would people only care because it might ruin the brand? Her words echoed loudly with fans, many of whom filled the comment sections with love, support, and sadness. Some questioned how a mother as vocal and powerful as Kandi could stay so silent when her daughter needed her most. Riley's confession, now being called the Kardashian moment for the Burruss family, has created a massive conversation online. Fans are debating whether Kandi was doing what she thought was best, or if she truly failed her daughter. Some believe Kandi stayed silent to protect Riley from further attention or media frenzy. Others believe that silence came at the cost of Riley's mental and emotional health. One fan commented, "Kandi always defends herself when people attack her, so why didn't she defend Riley?" Another wrote, "Fame should never come before your child's well-being." For many, Riley's story is a harsh reminder of what can happen when image becomes more important than genuine connection. It's a painful peek behind the scenes of a glamorous world, where everything looks perfect, but the truth is far more complicated. Riley didn't ask to be famous. She didn't choose the spotlight. All she wanted was to be heard, loved, and seen, not for what she could bring to a brand, but for who she is. In the end, her story isn't just about one family. It's about the silent pain many children experience when their voices are ignored, their emotions are overlooked, and their identities are shaped by others. And now, Kandi Burruss is no longer silent. She's reclaiming her voice, and she's making sure the world hears her. Thanks for watching, all. If Riley's story touched you or opened your eyes to something deeper, drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real conversations and updates on your favorite reality stars. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video when the tea is this hot. Remember, behind every spotlight is a story we don't always see. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and keep it real. This is your channel name, signing off. See you in the next one.